All right, welcome back to From the Nosebleeds, and today we got a star-studded cast here. First of all, I just want to say thank you all for tuning in to the Cleveland Browns live review, also tuning in to the power rankings. And if this is your first time here, welcome. If you guys are returning, welcome back. So today I got two of my brothers here with me from the NFC West preview show. He's back here, JC from All Grind Sports. How you doing, JC?
Man, I'm feeling lovely, bro. It's always a pleasure to be with my brothers. Like I said, like you guys always pop out for me most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Without a second question. So you asking me to be here. I don't care what's going on. I gotta always pop out. And that niggas at for sure, for sure.
All right,
So
I
thank y'all
appreciate
for
you,
having
bro. Hey, no problem, no problem. And for the first time from the honorable Marvin Coop show from No Big Deal Entertainment, Marvin Cooper, welcome
me.
to the very first edition
Sir.
and welcome to the nosebleed section.
I want to say some bullshit because I've been a 3-year subscriber to this channel and he just now asking me to join y'all. What the fuck?
Hey,
So
hey.
I'll just play. Hey, no,
Always
for real though. It's from technically, what's it called? Technically, the
Technically,
first
yeah.
thing.
Yep.
Yo, man, from your first episode to now, I'm proud of you, man. You about to hit that
Thank
100,
you.
so I'm proud of you. Keep it going, bro. Don't stop.
Oh no,
Don't
no.
stop the
We on the way
feeling.
to 100. We 14 subscribers away. And Marv, just like on All Grind, you got to tell the nosebleed section who your teams are and where you're from and why.
All right, y'all. He's trying to mess with me. We are podcast brothers, but we are also enemies on the other side. He's a
Mhm.
Brown fan. I'm a Steelers fan. I'm a Knicks and Lakers fan. Mets all the way. I don't know Yankees, none of that. Don't call me a
Thank God.
Yankee. So
That's
yeah, that's
crazy.
it. Hey man, hey, orange and blue, baby. orange, and,
Hey,
orange and blue. I'm an Islander
hey,
too.
Don't hear that often from New York guys.
hey, look, I'm glad he's not a Yankee fan because we definitely be enemies, man.
Yeah,
Like
that's
it
what
just it be
I'm used
all
to
I
hearing.
can't
Giants,
stand the
Yankees, Knicks.
Yankees.
That's usually the whole rundown for New York.
yeah.
Yeah, I was a I could never be a Gang Green fan. The whole fam is Gang Green. So I
Mm.
watched the Steelers when I was 6.
God
So
bless they pea picking hearts.
yeah,
Be a
I
Jets
saw,
fan.
and that's why I don't like the Cowboys now because that was the first game I actually watched was that Super Bowl in '95
Mm,
Mm.
when they lost to the Cowboys. So yeah,
Mm.
thank my uncle for that. Man. So, yeah, man, and I'm just glad to be here with y'all, man. My man JC, that's my brother. Been recording with this guy for 4 years, and Rail, me and Rail 3
In
years.
about 3 years, yeah.
Yeah, 2022.
fun,
Yeah,
a fun fact. A lot of people don't know. A
yeah,
lot of people think me and Isaiah is the first sports podcast I did. It was actually with Coop. My
yeah.
first sports episode ever was with
Yeah.
Coop. It's probably a fun
Wow.
fact. Even all grind fans probably don't even know.
Man,
Damn.
that's crazy. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
it was
crazy.
Coop. It was Coop and Gene was the first sports episode I ever
Yeah.
did.
And
And
I
that's
gotta give it, yeah, I gotta give a shout out to Gene, man, because
yeah,
I wouldn't know y'all if it wasn't for me and Gene being
Same
close.
here.
And at the
Gene is
same
the
time that
hey,
we got close.
everybody be calling me. That's another thing. Let me give you some flowers. Everybody be calling me the
Yes.
scout of all this shit and all of that. Us three all wouldn't be sitting here right now if it wasn't for Gene.
if it
Right.
was for
Shout
Gene,
out
It
Flex.
facts.
was for Gene, bro.
Shout out
Was
to
for Gene.
Gene,
So
bro. Shout out to
yeah,
Gene.
he is one of the most realest, genuine people walking this
Mhm.
planet. And I love that, bro. I love him.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to him. I can't wait till he get back on his stuff, bro, because I miss doing
Oh,
shows
yeah.
with him. I miss it.
Facts.
So we doing power rankings. We going from worst to best. Who's 32? Who's number one, and all the teams in between.
Are we going
And
best to worst or worst to
we're
best?
going worst to best. Worst to best. 32 on down to one. Trust me, we gonna get the worst out of the way. We gonna get the bullshit out the way
Damn,
first.
I wish we
So
did the best first. I'm probably list the best part.
you know what? You know what, Marv? I know I said that, but I know you want a time constraint. And every once in a while, it's good to change patterns. It's good to change. I
Mhm.
change patterns even going home, bro.
Yeah.
My mother taught me that. So let's change the pattern up. We gonna go best. We gonna go best to worst. And the number one team
That's
on my list is the Buffalo Bills.
Ooh.
Last week they ranked that number
Bill.
yeah, they ranked that number 2 for me last week. And over the last couple of weeks, they have been in the top 3. They stayed in the top 3. and it go bump to number one with the Green Bay Packers losing because the Packers were number one last week. I think Buffalo has a very good team, a very good foundation. They're a team that don't quit. They find ways to win even when they're down or even when they're supposed to blow teams out. We saw it with Baltimore. We saw it with Miami when it seemed like Miami was going to upset them. And I just think overall, I think Buffalo is just a well-rounded team. With that being said, as I said on All Ground Sports, I think Buffalo is about to have their typical one incompetent game of year against the New Orleans Saints, especially with them being 16.5-point favorites. So that's my thoughts on the Buffalo Bills. I think they're just a completely well-rounded team. They handled their business, and they definitely jumped the Packers, especially the way the Packers performed this past week. So I got to give Buffalo Bills at number one.
So where does the schedule matter for you? Because the Eagles had to play somebody pretty much every game they played. Even though it's the Cowboys, that was a healthy Cowboys, which is their division rival, and that's always a classic game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, where do you put strength of schedule in there? Bills didn't play nobody outside of Baltimore.
So strength of schedule does matter, but it's also like when I do power rankings, I base off of performance. Like how do you win? How well you did in the game, and just to me it's performance one, then strength of schedule two. For me, that's just me personally.
Yeah,
because your strength of schedule gonna be strong, but I mean, it
as much as I hate these niggas, bro, I'm kind of using somebody else's power ranking as like a point just to see all the teams, but
because I
out of the teams I'm saying, bro, like as far as if I'm going off of who they had to beat and coming off of, typically you always hear the Super Bowl hangover, and they beaten all them accusations so far. I think it's unfortunately. These nasty Eagles. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Y'all gonna disagree with me on the first couple. But me and JC definitely agree. I definitely think strength of schedule has a lot to do with it. They stole one against the Ravens, so I kind of feel like the Jets and the Dolphins really was mediocre. So I don't have the Bills number one, Tyrell. Not gonna lie to you, I don't even have them at 2 or 3. So that's what I'm saying. We're gonna have some conversations, but right now I do have BS number one.
I think I put more weight into the fact that yes, Miami and the New York Jets are bad teams and they're not at the level of Buffalo, but these are still division games at the end of the day. And think about if they lose one or two of these games, that makes a big impact.
But Coop, I think Coop brought it home when he brought up the fact that they snuck at it at Baltimore.
Yeah, they did.
I think that's what in college that goes against you heavy when you.
Tyrell, I'm so glad you just said what you said. So let's move on, buddy. I'm so glad you said that.
All right.
Yes.
So y'all both got Philadelphia.
I got Philly number one. So
I got Philly number one.
My next couple picks, you should not argue with me because of what you just said. So let's move on.
Well, number two.
Let's move on.
Number two is the team that y'all had at number one is the Philadelphia Eagles. So I got the Philadelphia Eagles at number two. Again, it's like y'all pretty much made the argument for Philadelphia. There is no argument when it comes to Philadelphia with me. Like y'all pretty much explained it. It's self-explanatory. I just think that Buffalo has had better performances than the Philadelphia Eagles over the first 2.5, over the first 3 weeks. That's why I put Buffalo over them. I mean, that's why I put Buffalo over them. But I have no arguments against Philadelphia whatsoever. It was it wasn't easy picking between 1 and 2. I had a debate with myself whether I should put the Eagles at 1 or put Buffalo at 2. I ultimately decided to put Buffalo over the Philadelphia Eagles. But no arguments.
I got Chargers. I don't know if Coop agrees, but
yeah, I got Chargers because what you just said, Tyrell, the schedule, and because they had 3 division rivals, and Derwin Davis is holding. Yeah, Derwin James is holding down that defense by himself without a Khalil Mack and without a Joey Bosa going to another squad. They are playing beautiful, beautiful football right now. And
I don't remember the last time we've seen that Coop. Our team started 3 divisionals and won all 3 of them.
And on top of that, you have a quarterback right now who is number 1 in yards, who's playing excellent football right now. So that's what I'm saying. Herbert is my MVP this year. And I love the way Jim Harbaugh has that Chargers team fully like well-rounded. And they just showed you Sunday that they can be down in the game and actually come back in the clutch moment against them goofy donkeys. So I got the Chargers at number 2.
Right.
I
Okay.
got them at number 2. And like I said, with the 3 divisional games, getting those guys out the way, starting off strong, I got the Chargers at number 2 for real.
Chargers at 2.
I got the Chargers.
Yeah, so I had Philadelphia at 5 last week. So they moved up 3 spots at number 2. And for the just like we started how I usually start from worst to best, but now we're doing best to worst and change things up. You guys just made me change my power rankings in the middle of this because I just swapped. My original number 3 was the Detroit Lions. I actually swapped Detroit and the LA Chargers. So I got the LA Chargers at 3 and I got the Detroit Lions.
Look at us, Coop, doing the Lord's work.
Really?
Y'all brought up some excellent arguments to the point where I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna actually flip that. So I'm gonna have the LA Chargers at number 3.
Okay.
I mean, you guys are explaining it so well. Like, I have no rebuttals against this. Like, there is no usually with these better teams, there's no rebuttals. Like, when we start getting in the middle of the pack, that's when we could start, having the conversation. But this, you're right. The Chargers, especially, not only did the Chargers have 3 division games in a row, but Denver went to the playoffs last year, and the Chiefs have gone to the Super Bowl the last 3 years. Those are very impressive wins. And like you said, the comeback that the Chargers had against the Donkeys, right? So I especially with a lot of hype that the Broncos defense has had coming into this game throughout the offseason, which that hype is still there a little bit. It's starting to die down now as we continue into the year. I think offseason hype dies down after like week 4 because that's when we start seeing the bullshit. Or whatnot. So I'm gonna put the LA Chargers at 3. I'm gonna agree with you guys on there. And I think that I can make the case to agree with y'all with the Chargers at 2 the more and more I think about it because they've been the more impressive team. I'm gonna keep the Chargers at 3 just because Philadelphia just showed when they not sleeping at the wheel or just like got the car on cruise control, they can handle their business. So I'm gonna keep Philadelphia at 2, but I love the Chargers at 3 right here. They were ranked 7 last week, so they move up 4 spots on my ranking.
So here's what's gonna get tricky for the 3rd spot with me because I got 1, 2, 3 teams that could be tied for the 3rd. I want to hear who you have got for the 3rd. I know you just said the Chargers, but Jason, who you got?
I did the 3. What I have in mind, I think my final answer. Oh man, I'm stuck between 2 teams on that. But I'm probably going to give Detroit the edge because, and it's going to sound ironic, even though, I know they lost to Green Bay the way they did, then it's like Green Bay just lost to the Browns, and those are the teams I was contemplating against, and then they got a really, really big, kind of bounce back win against Baltimore on Monday Night Football. So, yeah, I'm gonna go Detroit for 3.
Oh man, see that's what I'm saying. I got 1, 2, 3 teams that could be number 3, but here's where you can probably put the Bills at. Probably number 3 to put the Bills there.
Okay.
Like I said, Josh Allen is still phenomenal, and the defense, 2 clutch games they had.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I couldn't put them at number 1, but I do get a defense. They did have 2 clutch games. That's why I put them at number 3.
Not good, Miami.
Yeah, because you gotta remember.
I get you, bro.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
I didn't want to say that either, JC. I did not want to say that either.
But you gotta think about it. Like
that Ravens game,
they were driving the ball down the field. And on that final drive, they was driving the ball down the field. They were only down by 7 they were only up by 7. Buffalo was only up by 7 at that point. Yeah. So that was a, even though it's Tua turn the ball over, that's still a clutch play by the Buffalo Bills defense.
This nigga. Oh, that's crazy.
C2E.
C2E.
Yeah,
and then I mentioned Detroit at number 4. Like I said, I did have Detroit at 3 up until like this point right here. But I got to give Detroit number 4. Like I said, the bounce back win against the Ravens. Really, they looked so bad against the Packers, right? They didn't look like a lot of people, and JC, you were one of them that was like, hey, they are going to get off to this slow start. They didn't look the best, right? And these last 2 weeks, they've been proving people like, nah, that Packers thing was like a little, like, how you got a bad car, you're trying to start it up and it won't start yet, but then you start it, you was able to get. That's kind of how that was.
It was back to the trick plays and all that. So I'm like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
That's
And
what I remember.
I think a lot of people
you got to get back to the basics.
Yeah, and a lot of people had Baltimore winning this game against the Detroit Lions. I think a lot of people on our panel on All Grind, I think I was one of the ones that said Detroit, but had Baltimore beating the Detroit Lions. So this was a very impressive win, a very early season impressive win, especially when you start to get, this is one of these games that is going to be looked at when it comes to playoff time because of the common opponents thing, especially how things are going to shape out. So this was a very good early season win for the Detroit Lions. I got them at number 4. Last week they were ranked at number. Where I had them at last week. I had the Lions ranked at 6 last week, so they move up 2 spots on my rankings.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go just to get out the way. It's just the business, like if I go any further than that, I'm just hating at that point. Even though it was the Jets, sometimes you have to take into account like you still did what you were supposed to do. It's not supposed to be. So that's why I'll go ahead and say, and I don't want to take away. Look, that comeback from week 1 was phenomenal, incredible, and probably gonna be one of them like classic games they're showing on NFL Network 20-25 years from now. You know what I'm saying? So I got the Bills at 4.
Bills at 4.
Bills at 4. Who you got?
I'm going to say the Lions as well. Like I said, despite the ugly loss against Green Bay, like we all said, y'all, give them time to develop. I know they have 2 coordinators, but this is the same situation the Eagles was in as well a few years ago. They gonna have some dogs. They have dogs, man. Like I said, they have 2K receivers. With Jameson had a 1K last year. St. Brown had 1K. Montgomery had 1K, and Gibbs had 1K. And Goff is gonna do something with these playmakers. And Sam Laporta is a 500+ yard tight end. So they are playing beautiful football right now. I definitely have to give them the. It would be disrespectful not to put them in the top 5. So I put them at 4.
All right, cool. So at number 5, I got your team, JC, the LA Rams at number 5. I think that's a good spot for him. Granted, this Eagles loss was a tough loss, right? But just be glad like the freaking Tennessee Titans didn't do this, because I'd definitely be pissed off if I was you. The Tennessee Titans did this. This happened against the defending Super Bowl champions. Is not easy to watch.
I hold us to a certain standard. I hear what you're saying, but I hold us to a certain standard of like things like losing like that is unacceptable. It wasn't losing.
No, I'm not
like
accepting
that.
Yeah,
I don't care who I don't care if it's the Chiefs. Like losing like that is unacceptable. I don't care. So that was the reason I was so pissed off.
But I think something like that is like, especially with a great team like the LA Rams, and I do think this is going to be a team competing for the NFC Championship or a Super Bowl. I think this was a game in a situation that was an anomaly at the end of the day. That first half, y'all look like the reason why y'all are Super Bowl favorites, and then y'all let the foot off the throat. Y'all left the foot off the gas pedal, and that bought the Eagles time and opportunity to make that comeback that they did. But overall, and this conversation is different if they don't block that second field goal too. You know what I'm saying? Or this conversation is different as well.
Or the first one.
The first one, yeah. So
that was crazy.
And that's an anomaly too. Like, how often do you see back-to-back field goals being blocked by the same team?
I don't think that's ever happened
in the same game. Right. So it's like there were a lot of things where I'm gonna be real with you. I kind of hate to bring him into this, but it's God. I think God just wanted a little laugh, man. He was like, "Yeah, watch this. I'm gonna sprinkle something into this." I think he wanted to laugh. because I think God is funny sometimes.
I could, as a Rams fan, I couldn't believe what I was watching, bro. I'm like, did this
Yeah.
really just happen? Like, did this? And I had a feeling, like, when the first block happened, I'm like, bro. But then we got the second chance, and I'm like, I have a feeling that we finna F this up. Like, I don't know. I just felt it. I was like, something. I didn't think he was gonna get blocked, but I was like, he gonna miss, or like, I just had a feeling like something effed up was gonna happen. And not only did he block it, but the nigga took it back for an effort touch. Like,
I said the same thing, JC. I was like, this is just too good to be true. Something about to happen.
Yeah.
But I had the Rams at 5, JC, but you said something to me yesterday, and I'm gonna bring that up when I bring the Rams on the list. So I had to do a little switching. So right now I do have the Buccaneers at number 5.
Okay.
They had, and the reason why they are having clutch moments, because let's not lie here. These first 3 wins are ugly.
Right.
3 with the Falcons, which was a good game. I'm not gonna take nothing from them on that. Barely beat Stroud. Stroud just, that
skin of their teeth.
Skin of their teeth. And I'm not gonna lie, the boo-boo ass Jets almost beat y'all too. So, but they're finding ways to win, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good. And I ain't gonna lie, Bank Show is a top 5 QB. He's doing what he has to do. And he's doing it with what he has, which is impressive to me.
Yeah.
I didn't expect this rookie to show up the way he was doing. So, what was that look? I was about to say, what was that look for? Well, let me hear this.
Because I'm trying to. It's not because of what you said about the Bucs. It was because of that comment about Baker being top 5. I was like,
He was top 5 QB last year. What do you think? Top 5 QB last year.
I disagree with that.
Look at the numbers.
Yeah.
The numbers is there, bro.
Cool. I know you're not turning into a numbers nerd. I know that.
It's not. But here's the thing, though.
Actual player.
But hold on. Here's the thing, JC. I'm not a numbers guy either, but when you look at the numbers and also look at the play, you're gonna be like, hey, those are kind of where they're supposed to be. Like me last year with the Sam Darnold shit. He was a top 5 QB numbers too. And I'm like, then as you kind of look at it, I'm like, yes, he was there.
Hey, Sam Darnold was in MVP.
Yeah, he was in MVP talks. Like, and I'm sitting here like, I was kind of like
legitimate
laughing at y'all last year when y'all was saying that shit. But when he when he was top 5 in touchdowns and passing yards last year, I was like,
Baker was
and Darnold was. Both of them was in the top 5. Yep.
I'd have to look at the list again. It's just hearing Baker is top 5 just sounds kind of like
weird to you.
I might need to look over that.
Yeah, I got you.
Because technically, if you're going off of numbers, you would say Baker played better than Mahomes last year. But I'm not about to say Baker better than the guy who closed out 15 games. Like, so that's why numbers you got to be careful. That's the problem.
Facts.
That's all.
I get it.
But I got Green Bay number 5. I know they had the bad loss this week, but I still can't get out of my head of them embarrassing Detroit like that. To me, that was a very quality win. As we've seen this week, Detroit is not, they still got something to say. You know what I mean? So yeah, and then how dominant they look in the second week. Regardless of who they played. Like I gave credit to Detroit earlier. So people were talking Super Bowl for a reason. That Browns game was easily winnable. That was another game that kind of had some voodoo magic.
Yeah.
What the hell just happened type of moments. They could easily be sitting at 3-0 right now. I still think they're, to me, they're still a top 5 team to look out for in the entire league right now. So that's why I got them at 5.
Okay. All right. So I had the Rams at 3 last week, so they go down 2 spots. I got Green Bay at 6, so they'll lose 5 spots because I had them ranked. I actually did the first 2 weeks. I had Green Bay ranked at number 1.
I feel you, though. That is a bad loss.
That loss, and I love my Browns, right? But they had I'm not even going to call it the whole fourth quarter, right? I'm
Mhm.
gonna say the last 5 minutes of that game, up until the last 5 minutes of that game, Green Bay had total control over that game, like regardless of the fact that they couldn't move the ball against the Browns, right? And like the thing is that you're not going see some BS gonna happen when you let a team, no matter how it happens, you let a team make the 10-point comeback in 37 seconds. That's all it took for the Browns to tie the game was 37 seconds. And to Green Bay's credit, they was able to drive down the field to get in the field goal position, even though they weren't driving down the field the entire game. But what we say, special teams, special players. And it seems like this is a common thing for the Green Bay Packers in general. It's like when they get into these low scoring tight games, they special teams find a way to fuck it up. Because you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of I think it was Aaron Rodgers last year in Green Bay where they played San Francisco and they had that block punt when they had a chance to just go ahead and win the game, right? And that kind of reminds me of like how this game kind of played out, like just having total control over the game up until the last 5 minutes of the game. So like that was just a bad 5 minutes that came at the worst possible time for Green Bay.
So why do you hold it against them so heavy to drop them so many spots?
Because
it ain't like the Browns just like made Green Bay.
Because when you got Philadelphia the way they won, the Chargers and Detroit all doing what they did, and just playing better football for this week. That's why it's not one of those things where it's like I'm holding it so hard against them. It's just that there are other teams in this top 5 or top 6 that are better than them for this past week. If that makes sense. But I've had Green Bay won the last 2 weeks, but this is the first time they slid down the list. Pause.
Well, I'll go my squad for 6. I wanted to come on here and do the bias thing and put us top 5, but I had to be realistic about the wins we had. Houston at the time looked like a good win, but now we see that they're struggling in general. We did have that dominant first half against the Eagles to show what we're capable of. And if we're being honest, like let's be completely honest. Anybody want to say something about where I got them ranked? Let's keep it cheap. If the playoffs start right now, there's not a team in the NFL that wants to see us right now.
No.
Let's be honest about it. So, to me, it speaks for itself, and because of that, and the win record put us at 6.
Number 6. I got the Commanders, man.
Okay.
Without they starting QB, still playing.
That's a shocking one.
It is, bro. That's why I was like, I think they
and Jaden back too this week, so that's a good.
That's gonna be good.
Yeah,
I'm just glad that they didn't fall 1 and 2, so they show y'all that hey, we got this. Let's the players that we have on this roster, let's use them and utilize them. So that's why I have them as a number 16. And as much as I do not like Quinn, but the way he has that orchestrated over there, I got to give him his flowers. So shout out to you, Quinn, for making this team. And as I've been saying last year with me and my man Ragu, 34 new players last year, and they did what they did. So that's what I'm saying. And they still able to gel together. So hey, kudos to them. So I got them at number 6.
Okay. I got the Commanders at number 7. I got them at number 7. So last week they were number 8 on my list, so they move up 1 spot. Everything you said is spot on about the Commanders. And that this type of game, granted, who cares if it was against the Raiders or not, right? Like backup quarterback situation, bit of a revenge game for Marcus Mariota. He used to be a backup for the Raiders. But also just like an all-around team effort. Like, they gave up some garbage time touchdowns towards the end of the game, but overall, they literally like did not give the Raiders any type of breathing room. And this is just like how you said, JC, how nobody wants to sit there and play the Rams. I don't think a lot of teams will want to sit there and play the Commanders in the playoffs. I think the Commanders could be a potential.
Look what they did to the 15 Lions last year. So
I think the Commanders is a dark horse. I think the Commanders are a dark horse. Like, just not. I don't think a lot of people would expect them to make a run, or anything like that, even myself, or even get to a Super Bowl, but could they be a team that could like shock people? Would I be surprised if they were to knock off like the Eagles and the Rams on a good day? No, I wouldn't be surprised by it. They are a dark horse to compete for the NFC.
And that was a great point you just brought up regarding like
Yeah.
the score. Even as bad as the score looked, it honestly was worse than that. So
Yeah.
I think they're everybody deserving of what y'all gave them, even though I didn't have them there. But like those are great points regarding that. They got the guy that we were just crying about yesterday for CJ. Larry Tunsil that went over there.
Yep.
So that was obviously a tremendous pickup for him. But for 7, I'm gonna go Tampa Bay. I was contemplating between them and Baltimore. And I know Baltimore had some, it's not like they're just out there spitting the bed. Lamar putting up 30-something points a game, and sitting at 1 and 2. So, what I mean? So, they look very extremely impressive still, like the Baltimore. I think they just had a really bad stretch to start the season. You know what I mean? That's tough for anybody for the first 3 games. But I'm at the end of the day, I gotta give some respect to 3-0. You know what I mean? I can't.
Yeah.
I can't just keep skipping over them, even though I get it, strength of schedule and all of that. But in this case, like Coop said earlier, they're finding ways to win, and there's something to be said about that.
I gotta disagree with you on the 3-0 spit, because I got a team that is. Yeah, we'll get to that team soon. But
I think I know what team you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what team I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
I get what you're saying, JC. I get what you're saying. I don't want to disrespect the undefeated. But as of right now, I have to put y'all in the top 10 still, because I really feel if McVay was there and made adjustments, y'all would have kept
lost
19. Yeah, y'all would have kept that 19 lead, but then the 19 lead still bothers me a little bit.
You mean the Eagles?
So, huh?
You said Green Bay.
No, I said I got to put y'all at number 7.
No, I'm saying
He's
you
putting
said,
the Rams at 7.
You said if
I'm putting
Green
the
Bay.
Rams. I said Green Bay.
Oh, okay.
No, I ain't saying Green Bay.
Yeah.
They way at the bottom. But I honestly feel I have to keep y'all top 10, bro, because like I said, I feel if McVay was there, there's a 50-50 with me with the Rams. And this is not me being biased. Everybody knows I had love for these guys since 2002. So it's just the fact, like I said, if my guy was there, he would have kept that lead. He would have made the adjustments for y'all to stay in the game and win the game. But like I said, too, the 19 points does still bother me.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you still have a quarterback in there who was drafted in 2009 and still doing the things he's doing at his age, where people slept on him saying, oh, his back's going to be messed up, oh, this and that. He's making it work, and he's still doing what he's done since he got in the league, and he's staying consistent. It's all about consistency with the Rams. That's why I'm saying y'all going to be mad, and y'all going – it's gonna be ugly for whoever y'all play the next couple of games. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And let's be real too. If we were to keep that lead after halftime, most power rankings we probably would have us 1 or 2.
Okay, most definitely.
So it's not bad to have us.
The Rams, like this is the first time in my personal power rankings that I've changed 1, 2, and 3. Because the first 2 weeks, 1, 2, and 3 was Green Bay, Buffalo, and Los Angeles. Like this is the first time I had to change it. But yeah, the Rams is an extremely good team. Like, really, my top 10 hasn't really changed all like that so far as I'm looking at my previous notes. Okay. At number 8, I know this is crazy because you guys have talked up Tampa, and when I get to Tampa, like I have no arguments with Tampa, but I think this is the best 1 and 2 team in the league, and this team could be 3-0. I got to put Baltimore at number 8. I got to put Baltimore at number 8. The best 1 and 2 team. I think that I know that sounds crazy.
That sounds crazy.
1 and 2 is wild.
But like they should be 3-0. They had one. If Baltimore has a double-digit lead, they're cooked. Let's be honest here. I mean, they are. They've given up 17 blown double-digit leads since 1995. Most in the NFL, by the way. But overall, like I think Baltimore has had moments where they should have won and didn't win, and I think they'll clean that up. That's why I'm still holding off on moving them further well, since we're going from 1 to 32 further down the list or up the list, whatever you want to call it. This is the way their team is structured and organized is the reason why I'm still hesitant on taking them out of the top 10. That's kind of like my main argument with that. But if they lose against Kansas City, they're definitely out of the top 10 for sure. But yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but they're the best 1 and 2 team. Oh, and last week I had Baltimore ranked at number 4, so they lose 4 spots.
Over there, bro.
So they're already
That
they're
is
already,
crazy.
they're already, yeah, they
That
already.
was not
I know, but like they are like they're sliding down my list. Pause, but they're sliding down the list. They were ranked at. So I had Baltimore ranked at 4.
Oh, shit.
I had Baltimore ranked at 5 week 2. I had Baltimore ranked at 4 last week, and now they're at number 8. And if they lose against Kansas City, they're out of the top 10. But I'm trying to give them I will admit I am giving a bit of a break for Baltimore because I think they're going to turn that around. But they got to go out there and win. But this is a team where I'm like they could be 3-0. They're not. Let's see what they do against Kansas City.
And we're on number 8, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
number 8.
Yeah, I can't go past. Yeah, I can't go past Baltimore no further than that. You're right. Again, I hold heavyweight and strength of schedule. They just coincidentally happen to have a bad, first 3 games. Or did I go Ravens for 7?
No,
I don't think
we're
I
on
did.
number 8, right?
We're on number 8.
Or number
Number
8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying did I go Ravens for 7?
I think you did
7.
say Ravens 7.
Okay. Yeah, I think I did say go Ravens 7. So I have Rams 6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rams 6, yeah.
Actually, no, I didn't have Ravens. So yeah, I'll go Ravens 8. I remember I had Tampa Bay.
Oh yeah, you did have Tampa. Yeah. So Ravens 8.
So
Okay.
yeah, I'll go Ravens for 8. Same as you, for pretty much the same reason. And it's definitely not the offense, as we can see. I'm looking right now that it says they lead in the league in yards after contact, and they're giving up over 200 yards this season alone in the first 3 games on that. So yeah, they got to get that, whatever that is, together. It seems like they're kind of going the route of we just gonna have a shootout with everybody and just hope Lamar's the last person with the ball. That worked for Mahomes and Herbert a couple seasons, but I don't think that's gonna quite work with these guys. So
Yeah, I agree.
they got to figure that out.
Oh, boy. From the Nosebleed Show, I'm so sorry. I've been a terrible big brother to these two. Ain't no way in monkey hell I'm putting a 1 and 2 team as the top 10 in the top 10. Y'all gonna disagree, y'all probably gonna cuss me out. I got the Colts as number 8 because they are playing tough football.
Hold on.
They are playing tough football.
Oh
They
no,
playing
3-0 ain't
tough
3-0.
Yeah.
I got the Colts high. I ain't got them that high.
Hey man, listen, they are playing tough football right now, bro. I'm sorry, they playing tough football, and once again, this is people.
So we got the Dolphins, the Donkeys, and the Titans.
Yeah. Hey, any given Sunday.
And you got the nerve
They
to say
do got
something
one of the
to
best
us
defenses in the league.
about Baltimore. You said they got what, bro?
They got one of the best defenses in the league, though, already.
That's what I'm saying. That defense is playing extremely well. And this is like I said, we all
They kind of always have a good defense. That's kind of good.
Yeah. And that's what me and Raccoon said on my prediction show. Every time in December, we see who's in the hunt or is on the rise. We somehow see the Colts in there. Every year, every December, we always see the Colts in the mix of a playoff.
Somehow in the hunt,
exactly. Yeah. But I feel like the coordinators over there is getting it together. They are using JT. Daniel Jones is, even though I said he's gonna show us, but he's actually playing pretty good football, and he's actually utilizing everybody. He's actually getting everybody involved.
I wonder if it was the Giants all the time.
And we
You
just
got
sitting there
somebody-
waiting, like,
about it.
what, we know
Somebody said
the
that,
Daniel
yeah.
Jones we know is gonna come at some point.
It's gonna come at some point.
Right.
And we're just
Whoa.
sitting there, waiting,
Yeah.
and
I
then,
feel it.
you know, he still
Eh.
just go out there and, you know, I mean, we'll see this week too. But
Yeah, we'll see this week.
coming
Do
out
you
here
see
to
that-
SoFi.
You see that meme
And
I shared in the group
me
chat?
and Norman will
JC?
be at the game, by the way.
Oh, okay.
that's dope.
Have a good
Okay.
time. Have a good time.
Right. Did you see that meme I posted in the group chat, JC, about Daniel Jones and Saquon? It was like it was like Daniel Jones and Saquon since he left the Giants, and it was a picture of Peyton Manning and Adrian Peterson talking together.
No, I didn't see that. That's hilarious. I have been seeing that go around that, like, damn, like, it's crazy. Saquon 3-0, Daniel Jones 3-0, Giants 0-3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I know that puts a smile on my face.
It does. I love it. I love it, man. I love it.
All right. So everybody chose number 8. All right. Number 9. This is where I got Tampa, and I've had Tampa at number 9 the last 3 weeks. They stay in their same spot. Ugly wins. How long that lasts, and especially ugly wins against against the Jets. And a lot of things that people are not talking about is that the Jets made a comeback on their own. Like they really captured the lead and made the comeback. They just didn't, successfully defend their lead when they had the lead. But the Jets made a comeback against them. Like they were like they was up 23-7 on the Jets and of themselves. So like there are some things that I like from Tampa. There are some things that I don't like from Tampa. And when you got 3 ugly wins, ugly wins and black voodoo magic wins, they eventually run its course. And I think it's about to run its course against the Eagles, to be honest with you. But I think Tampa's done just enough and played it good enough and has a schedule strong enough. Because remember, Houston's 0-3, but I don't think none of us saw Houston going 0-3 when they played Houston. I gotta keep Tampa at number 9. They've been number 9 since I started his power rankings, though.
For 9, I'm gonna go ahead and this I probably wouldn't have done this before talking to Coop today, but hearing all the great points he made, I gotta put the Communist Party at number 9. For the reasons that he mentioned, the dominant win against the Raiders, that was actually worse than what the score looked. With their star quarterback out, I think that honestly that should have just scared the hell out of the rest of the NFC, if you ask me. Yeah, I'm not gonna be long-winded on that. Washington number 9.
I got the Packers at number 9. It's because they took y'all lightly, real. They did. They walked in there cocky. They walked up in there thinking that they was gonna get one over y'all.
They heard everybody in the media saying Super Bowl.
Exactly. Yeah. So they needed this rude awakening. And
they thought that about the entire league, because who's that said? One of them said we don't see nobody on the schedule that could beat us.
So they said
literally said that. Literally said
bro,
that.
there was one of the players said that, but there was also big, I'm talking from big entities that were posting the Packers schedule, fan stuff.
Yeah, who can beat them?
See a game they could lose to November 27th. I'm like, damn, come on, bro. It's been 2 weeks. That's why I kept saying that on the show last week. Come on, bro.
All I know is Jim Donovan was smiling over the stadium, Marv. That's all I know when he won that. He was smiling ear to ear. God rest that man. So I miss Jim Donovan. Can you imagine Jim Donovan making that call throughout the entire man? That would have been epic. I miss Jim Donovan so much, man. Yeah, he's one of the reasons why I got into this, and he is I know JC always asks me why am I a Browns fan? Jim Donovan is why I'm a Browns fan, because I was a kid when I listened to him call the run Willie run play when William Green ran that touchdown against the Atlanta Falcons to secure a spot in the playoffs, and that was the moment I go back to as to why I am a Cleveland Browns fan and why I'm a sports fan. So I noticed it's coming up on a year since Donovan passed away, which is crazy. But Jim Donovan was such a huge impact on why I love sports. And I would have loved to hear him call this game, but I know he was smiling over that stadium. I'm getting emotional because he was one of my favorite people. He really was.
Hey, no, give flowers when angry, bro. Don't you good. You straight.
So yeah.
Give your flowers, man. That's what's up.
You on number 10?
Yeah, number 7.
Number 10, the Pittsburgh Steelers are number 10 on this list, man. Yes.
Excuse me?
I got Pittsburgh.
Please
at number
elaborate.
All right, it's time for me to go. This nigga said,
Man, even a Steelers fan? Even a Steelers fan?
Let me hear this.
Yeah, that's just take how asinine that
All right.
is.
So last week I had him. I've had Pittsburgh kind of high. So the last 2 weeks I had him at number 11.
Mhm.
I think they play, especially on offense, like having Aaron Rodgers there has like made. I didn't expect Aaron Rodgers 40 years old, but I didn't expect Aaron Rodgers kind of had this bit of a resurgence. He's commanding the offense. I think defense is playing good, and they're making key plays when they need to make key plays the most. I think Pittsburgh is just like, because like I don't have faith in like what numbers on my list in between 11 and 15. I think Pittsburgh is better than all those teams. I think Pittsburgh
is better than the Chiefs.
Yes, right now, dude. I think Pittsburgh should be 3-0. Like they should be 3-0 if they didn't have that crap against Seattle when they was making some special team boneheaded plays. But I think Pittsburgh has done enough for me to be in the top 10.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how you had Baltimore where you had 1 and 2 because of the tight games they had against great teams, but the Chiefs essentially have the same exact situation. But yeah, you got Steelers over there. But
no, because I'll be real with you. The Chiefs, I was playing the Chiefs when I get to the Chiefs. They're not that far.
I'm putting the Chiefs at 10. I feel like everybody needs to relax. I understand they've never started quite 0-2, but we have seen the Chiefs get off to a couple of great starts. I mean, great starts, bad starts, or not so great starts. One of those times went to the Super Bowl. So I just feel like 15 is not the one where you let them hear all the chirps and noises and all that shit. I would never count out a sideline that has Mahomes and Andy Reid there. As long as they're in the league and as long as I'm breathing, I would never count those two out. So, and again, it's not like they have any like bad losses. Like if they'd lost to the Giants or would have been close with the Giants, we'd be having a different conversation. I just think with them not having their top 2 receivers, that you got that there. You got Kelsey not looking the same as how he used to. He's clearly regressing in some ways, but he's still gonna have some games where he looks like Kelsey, if we're being honest. And you still had a very controversial 3-point loss to the Super Bowl champions, and you lost to a division rival all the way in Brazil, which could have easily went either way. I'm not sleeping on the Chiefs. I really want to put them higher, but they got this tough week against Baltimore that it's like I don't know which way this is gonna go. So, like if they had somebody else, because I know this is typically of how we see them going forward. And if they had like a Browns or Panthers or something this week, I probably would have them higher than I have them now. But they still 100% in my estimation deserve to be the top 10. Coop, I want to hear your 10 before I get up out of here.
September 21st, 4:20 p.m. Tyrell J. Y'all had an ugly one as well. Ladies and gentlemen, that was him referring to the Steelers' ugly ass win when he texted me this.
I knew you were about to send me that. I knew you were about to say that.
I don't see.
I knew you all was about to say that.
I'm a diehard gold and black. I don't have my boys at number 10. And JC, I get what you're saying with Chiefs too, but like I told you before, when they went to the Super Bowl and started off slow, they were a 2-1, finding ways to win. You know what I'm saying? It just seemed like they not finding ways to win. So, like I said, I get what you're saying. And number 15, go. He's a great guy. I understand, and it's still a long season to go. But I'm going to put the Vikings at number 10.
Mm.
I like how the Vikings. I like how the Vikings are playing. I feel like they deserve to be in the top 10 the way they're playing good football and the way that Flores is organizing that defense, man. It's just incredible. And I just like the way they're handling business. They're walking in there saying, okay, we got to do this and that. And the thing with the Vikings is adjustments. They was like, okay, we lost to Atlanta embarrassingly. Let's go out here this week and figure out what we got to do.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't gonna have JJ, so let's figure out what we can do with Wentz. So I love the win that they had Sunday. So I got to put them in number 10. I got to put them in number 10.
I love y'all, my brothers. It's really unfortunate, man. We's having so much fun. But hopefully I can catch y'all on the next one, man. I'm glad at least
got duties, bro.
Top 10 off the way with y'all. And
be safe, bro.
Sorry.
Safe, man.
Yeah, sorry about the stuff.
That's all good. It's all good.
Can't wait to film with y'all again. And I love y'all, brothers.
Love you too, man. See you next week. Bro.
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
right, cool.
I just feel like you. All right, let's get it. So
I
feel like number 11. Who we got?
Number 11. I got you. You're not gonna like me for this. I got the San Francisco 49ers at number 11. I had them ranked at 14 last week, so that moves them up 3 spots. Again, they're kind of the same way with Pittsburgh. They're finding ways to win. They took advantage of Seattle's mistakes in week 1. Yeah. Mac Jones, return of the Mac, did his thing, led the team, especially against a fighting New Orleans team, and was able to stave off that upset. And even with the Arizona Cardinals, they made their own little mini comeback as well. And they had a couple of breaks come their way. Again, San Francisco, ugly wins, but finding ways to win. But it's one of those things where it's like, I think they're not going to hold this top 15 spot for me for long. Like, there are some teams on this list that I know they're going to start moving up to the worst position. But as of right now, San Francisco at number 11, especially with them losing the hugest Trump supporter. He's a great guy. Nick Bosa, what a wonderful guy. Them losing Bosa is going to make a massive, I know we don't like him, but like, that's a huge, like, player to like try to fill shoes for at the end of the day. And them losing Nick Bosa, that takes away a lot of their pass rushing, their abilities to send linebackers in on blitzes or safeties in on blitzes. That takes that away, because now the focus is going to be on everybody. It's not just going to be just on Nick Bosa. So I think they're going to start to kind of go up the worst list. But as of right now, I got San Francisco at number 11.
Number 11. It's difficult. So here's where it's going to get difficult from 10 from probably here on out.
From here to like, I say about, for me, from 12 to 19 was, no, 12 to 17 was about difficult for me. Where it could have went either way for me personally.
I'm going to say the Cardinals is number 11 for me. Just a simple fact. Not a lot of people know that they had ugly wins too. We all Saints, Panthers, of course. People gonna be like, "Oh, that's just done," but they're finding ways to get it done. And they struggled and got embarrassed. They should possibly be 3-0, in my opinion. Okay. But I feel like the Cardinals is going to shape up. A lot of people may disagree with that 11 spot, but I'll put them in.
Okay. 12. I got the Kansas City Chiefs here. I thought this was a good against the Giants, a good win for them considering the circumstances that they were in. Kansas City, for me, I get what JC was saying, but for me, I know they don't have their best, their number 1s and 2 wide receivers out there. But it seems to me that the Kansas City Chiefs are the team that's in the Super Bowl hangover. I don't see the chemistry there that was once there between the players. I don't see the chemistry between the players and the coaches. Spagnola's defense looks exposed because they don't have the personnel to execute the plans that he wants to have done. I think Andy Reid's offense is starting to become predictable. And I think if they would have played a better team, especially how they played against the Giants, they would probably be 0-3 if they would have played the LA Rams or they would have played the Washington Commanders in this situation. I think Kansas City is good enough to be at number 12, but I'm very cautious on Kansas City because they have the talent to win, but it's a matter of how they execute that talent.
Right.
And I'm hesitant. And to be honest with you, this gonna sound crazy. And every time I say it, it usually is, right? But despite the fact that they've gone to 3 Super Bowls, right? And won 2 out of the last 3. Ever since Eric Bieniemy left this team, this offense has been like the most stagnant, boring ass offense I've seen in quite some time. Like the Kansas City Chiefs with Eric Bieniemy were world beaters. When you had Bieniemy and Spags on that sideline together, that was when it was like these are the world beaters and everything like that. But I feel like when they won their last 2 Super Bowls, when they beat Philadelphia, when they beat San Francisco, and not to take anything away from it because it's a Super Bowl, right? I ain't got shit to do with that, right? I'm a Browns fan, right? But those were both games where with Philadelphia, it was a holding penalty that shouldn't have been called, and freaking what Kadarius Toney like becoming a Hall of Fame player becoming Desmond Howard out of nowhere, right? And for the San Francisco thing was down to Kyle Shanahan. I call it Shanishment. Kyle Shanishment. And they could have easily went to 3 Super Bowls and lost 3 Super Bowls. Like I said, it's an accomplishment to get there, win. Not saying that at all. And the most casual fan will look at this and go, "You're fucking stupid. You don't know what you're talking about. How can you say that?" But like, if you look at the games, you look at the substance of the game. This has been an ongoing, and I've been saying this privately, and I think I've said this to you privately, that this has been an ongoing issue with the Kansas City Chiefs over the last 3 years, and it's finally getting exposed because they're becoming more predictable. The chemistry isn't quite there. I think that Super Bowl messed their confidence up a little bit, and also like Matt Nagy's not a good coordinator. Like I know Andy Reid's making the play calls, but I know like Matt Nagy has a huge influence in that offense. And you see how the impact of Mahomes, like he still has an impact, but it's not like what it was those first 3 years with Bieniemy and Spags. That's why I said last week. I don't know if you was on a panel or you end up watching it. I think this is where they're in that hiatus mode, like kind of like how the Patriots was in between Super Bowl 3 and 4. And I'll make my own video about where I see Kansas City going in the future because they got a lot of things that are going to be coming up in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
I don't think Andy Reid is going to be coaching this team in 5 years. I think he's going to retire within these 5 years. I think Spags is going to retire within 5 years. So it's going to be a lot of, and then the new stadium that the front office is primarily concerned about. There's a lot of things that's going on with Kansas City. I know I kind of went on a tangent with that, but as of now, Kansas City at 12.
I'm going to say at number 12, this is probably where you can put the Ravens. And I get what y'all was saying. I just don't feel like no 1 and 2 team should be in the top. You know, their schedule has been ugly too as well, and it's going to continue to get ugly. And 2 ugly losses to playoff teams is bad. But like you said, Lamar is still putting up good numbers, and I feel Derrick Henry can bounce back. I'll definitely put the Ravens in there as well.
Okay. 13. I have the Indianapolis Colts here at 13. Last week I had them at 18. Here, plus 5 spots, moved up. I think the Colts has been a surprise team. I shitted all over the Colts, bro. I only had the Colts winning 6 games. They're already halfway there for me in my predictions. I did not have faith in Daniel Jones. I didn't have faith in this organization, especially with the unfortunate loss of Jim Irsay. And they have gone out there and proven to everybody that keep sleeping on us. Keep doing it. We want you to keep sleeping on us. The Colts have a top 5 defense right now. They're one of the best teams in takeaways. They're aggressive on both sides of the ball, and they took care of business against the Tennessee Titans. The reason why I'm not ranking them any higher, and yes, I am like playing Notre Dame is here. I think that shit stops with the Los Angeles Rams.
Oh,
I think the Rams show them what it's all about, what a real team look like, what a real three. And I'm not that's fucked up to say because that's coming off as disrespectful. So let me rephrase that. I think they're gonna show them that there's levels to this, and I think the Rams is gonna take it, and especially with the Rams being pissed off, they're pissed how they lost that game. So yeah, give me the Colts at 13.
Let's give us at 13. Ugly wins, bad, embarrassing loss. We stole these 2 wins, but Rodgers is playing lights out. I believe he's behind Lamar in touchdown passes with 8.
Mm-hmm.
So the defense needs to get together. They need to shapen up, tighten up.
Yeah,
They're getting
since
exposed.
y'all thought this defense is gonna be better than what it is,
Who's y'all?
as in the Steelers, because they I mean, yeah.
No, you never once heard me say it was going to be. I just
You not you, but I'm saying the fan base in general.
Yeah, here's the thing with that. I don't want to say age, but it's just the fact there's a lot of miscues.
Mm.
It don't seem like they're gelling together. It seems like it's that one vase in the house that you already broke, but it keeps
So you
breaking.
glue it together.
Yeah, they're using the wrong glue to keep it together. And I'm very disappointed in our coordinator because we have the talent. I know there's people hurt like Highsmith and them, but we have a young gun in Jack Sawyer. Why are you only using him in a few plays here? Put him on the other side while Highsmith is out. That's a generational talent there. And if you don't think so, go watch the old state tape for the past few years.
No, I agree. I agree with you 100%.
There's no way Ramsey should be in a slot.
Yeah, that's been confusing. I thought that was a 1 week thing.
That was the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Jabril Peppers is going to adjust the safety of position. I'm glad we got him. Patrick Queen is Patrick Queen. I hope this frustration that he has and his voicing it motivates him to do what he has to do and keep doing what he has to do.
Yeah.
But as far as I'm concerned, there is no way, and I'm not shitting on Drake May, there is no way Hunter Henry should have had 2 touchdowns on this. That like I said, that win was ugly. We stole one against the Jets. I was real embarrassed with the Seahawks loss, and like I said, I get that was a rookie mistake, and they earned a touchdown on that. So, like I said, it's fair to give them 13 because they're not playing top 10 football, in my opinion.
Okay.
Just my opinion. So.
Yeah, and the whole, it's crazy that they still got Jalen Ramsey in the slot playing nickel. Yeah, I thought that was weird. I agree with you with Jack Sawyer, 100%. I don't know why they're not utilizing them the way they should be. Mm-hmm. That's a good argument for 13 for there. 14, I got your Minnesota Vikings there at 14. What I say yesterday, a 1-3-3 BTA belt to ass on the Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah, that defense is. You want to talk about stat padding? That's exactly what this defense did. They were 15 last week. Played good with the backup quarterback, and they was able to bring in the third string in there, who played at the University of Minnesota. So he had a lot of support there, and he actually looked for the amount of passes that he threw. He threw some passes where the receiver should have caught the ball. I thought he looked good for a third string quarterback. So I'm kind of curious where, just because he's an undrafted rookie, I'm kind of curious where he's going to go with that. But overall, great performance by the Vikings. That Falcons game was an embarrassment. They had a close win against the Chicago Bears. Couldn't think about it for a moment. And I think with Minnesota playing, who they play this week?
Minnesota has us.
Okay, so with Minnesota, if Minnesota can take care of business against the Pittsburgh Steelers, these next 2 games will be statement games. I think this is another statement game of kind of like the Colts keep sleeping on us, and we're gonna show you what we can do about it. Very talented roster from up and down. The thing my main concern was, and I had Minnesota winning 10 games before the season started, but my main concern is that their quarterback positioning, because Carson Wentz is only going to take you so far, and we still don't know what JJ is at the end of the day. Like, we know he's tough. We know that he has that tough mentality, that no bullshit mentality, but as far as his actual play, don't know.
Yeah, I agree. 14, right?
14.
This is the worst undefeated team I've ever seen, so I'm gonna put the 49ers here.
Okay.
Nasty, ugly, boo-boo wins. I don't give them no praise, but a win is a win, and I get it. But I'm not gonna sit here and give you a praise to where you beat the Saints up. You stole one against the Cardinals, in my opinion. And who's that?
Sure, you can say they stole one against Seattle because Seattle just didn't take
you
advantage
definitely
of the
stole one
opportunity.
against Seattle. So yeah, I feel like this is the worst undefeated team. Lucky I didn't have them lower, but I'll put them at 14.
Okay. 15. I got the Denver Donkeys. They were 17 last week. I know they didn't win this game here, but kind of like the Packers, they kind of had control. They had tempo of this game up until the Chargers started making their comeback and started, once the Chargers took control, they took control. But Denver is kind of becoming one of those teams where there's a lot of talent on defense. The offense is a little shaky. They do just enough to get you in the playoff hunt, to get you into the playoffs. And then that's about it. They'll be a first round exit team.
Yeah.
At best. I don't mean this as a dig because I know we're rivals, but it kind of reminds me of Pittsburgh as of late. Like they do just enough to keep the fan base happy.
Mm-hmm.
They're that middle of the road team. They're mid. And that's exactly what the Denver Broncos are. I don't see the Denver Broncos jumping too high, too low on this list. I think they're going to be mid throughout this entire season.
They'll probably stay between 10 and 20.
Yeah. True. You say 10. I say they stay between 15 and 20. I think they're that mid.
And this is what we're on right now? 14 or 15?
15. We're on 15.
I have the Seahawks at 15.
Okay.
Nothing really to say. I think right now, real, this is where I'm putting the 2-1s, and I have 1 and 2, a 1 and 2 team that could be possibly in the top 20. So, yeah, there's some worse 2-1 teams, and you'll see me say something about the Chiefs here soon. But right now, I do have the Seahawks. Matter of fact, yeah, when we move on. So 15 to Seahawks.
All right, 15 Seahawks, 16 to Seahawks for me. They were ranked. They were 23rd last week, so they move up 7 spots. Yeah. And I'm looking at my list right now. They have the biggest jump on my power rankings. Kind of the same thing. They're playing good football, middle of the pack team. When we started getting these middle of the pack teams, it kind of don't matter where you rank them at. It's just more of where they at week to week. Could they play good? Could they not play good? Yeah, they're week to week basis, but 16 Seattle Seahawks.
This is where I put the Chiefs at 16.
Okay.
I get what JC was saying. Still no excuse though, man. This is, like I said, this is a guy who has made Juju Marquez Valden.
Yep.
And somebody else look like they're stars. You know what I'm saying?
Henry Brown.
They made him look Hardman. You know what I'm saying? Go Hardman. I'm not saying that Rice and Worthy, they're impactful players. But this is once again, we were on the panel who was saying, oh, what's he gonna do without Reek? What's he gonna do without this? And he found a way. So now fuck that. If he's that generational talent like everybody say he is, or screaming he is, then he can make the guys.
Yeah. If he's already better than Brady, what people are saying that he's better than Brady already, which is a complete another bull.
Exactly.
Let's see, because there were a lot of times Brady made it work with a piece of paper and a paperclip.
Exactly. So why can't Mahomes do
Let's
that?
See. Yeah.
Rodgers did it and Peyton Manning did it. So that's what I'm saying. It's if you can find ways to work, and I'm not giving them no praise just because they beat up on the Giants. So that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. Like these Super Bowl years when they started off slow, they won. Like I said, they were a 2-1.
Yeah.
They just had the ugly wins. We all know last year they lost, or the year before, they lost to Detroit in the home opener. They lost by the 1 point, but then they got to remember they also went on a 4-game run. And then last year
they were beating quality teams on top of that.
But we're talking about last year. We know they started off slow, but they still were winning. They had the 2 points, the 3 points. They were still winning. But this year is different where that game, the first game is like, okay, you didn't get your way, so now you don't want to play. But the second game is like you wasn't trying to even win that game. You wasn't trying your best. So that's what I'm saying. Like, they were finding ways to win. So that's what I'm saying. I don't give a fuck what nobody said. It's the
Yeah.
panic mode. That's what I'm saying. It's not their division, and I'm gonna keep saying that.
Now, if these first three games are kind of the story of the season, I agree with you on that one. Yeah, I think all the magical spells that they, like I said, all the magical spells that they had over the last 2 years, the Black Voodoo, I think the Black Voodoo well has run out.
It's over with.
I think it's run out. Number 17, I got the Atlanta Falcons. So they lose 6 spots. I had them at 11 last week. I was just singing the praises of this Atlanta Falcons defense, and then they turn around and let Carolina put up 30. And it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about Atlanta. Like, again, this is just so much potential for this young team,
Mhm.
and they take one step forward, 2 step backwards. That's the best way I can explain it. And this is the move that I disagree with Morris, right? He should have just kept Michael Penix in there. Like, he should have, no matter how bad he should have just kept him in there. Now bringing Kirk Cousins in there, no matter how many snaps Kirk Cousins take, it just amplifies the quarterback situation even more.
Yeah.
You allow the Panthers to put up 30 on you. That's all I got to say. You're at 17.
Not good.
And the Panthers are starting to become their kryptonite too.
I agree. Number 17 is going to be interesting. So I got a 1 and 2 team at 17. I'll put the Patriots up there.
Okay.
I'll put the Patriots up there. I feel that it's going to be some growing pains for them.
Mhm.
Not a playoff team. I don't agree with that. But the way they are playing these games, so where they're trying their best and playing hard as they can, pause. I like the way they showing up week in and week out. So I definitely got the Patriots at number 17.
Okay. Number 18, I got the Carolina Panthers here. They were 24 on my list last week, up 6 spots.
Mhm.
You have a win like that against, to me, on my list, we're a top 15 team. You're going to move up a lot in that category. Bryce Young looked good, and really like how the Panthers scored and a lot of points in this game wasn't like your typical like touchdown, like offensive touchdown here. Like they had Young scored a touchdown, then they had like a special teams touchdown, then they had defense. Like they scored in different ways, which is always nice. And this is like this Panthers team that played Sunday is what I've been kind of like expecting them to play like a little bit. I was expecting a BTA game out of this, but like at the end of the day, I think it was an impressive win enough for them to go up to 18, but they might, depending on who they got, they might slide back down.
They might slide. I feel you on that. This is 18, right?
Yeah, 18.
So I'm gonna be honest with you, Real. The last 2-1 teams are going right here.
Yeah,
and it just depends on who I put here. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna put the Jags here.
Okay.
They had an impressive wins, and they had some rivals too with the Texans. I know they division rival games. It feels like William is trying to step up, trying to show everybody what he do. He's worth that 275. I don't see it, but these first 3 games, he's like, okay, let me be here. Let me show what I can do. And here's the thing with the defense too. On paper, I said they were good, but right now, as I am looking, they could be legit defense. I feel like they could be a top 10 defense once the year is over. It might be a hot take, but I feel like they could be a top 10 if everybody stays healthy. Can keep rotating Travis with the other corners. So I like the way the defense is playing because they have clutch moments, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'll explain when I get to Jacksonville, I'll explain now. 19, I have the Chicago Bears, another team that moved up 6 spots. They were 25th last week. When you put a BTA billion on the Dallas Cowboys, when a lot of people were betting against you, and the way they played, this is again kind of like how Carolina is. This is how we kind of expected Ben Johnson to orchestrate this team. I thought Chicago played their best football I was seeing in the last 3 years in this game. Like they had a damn near flawless game for real. I was very impressed by this win. Especially with like I've been kind of like defending. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I've been defending Dallas since the Micah Parsons trade in the sense of okay, they might be okay. It's gonna be all right, but the score might not say it, but it was another belt ass game.
Yeah, well, I lied. So I think we're in agreement here because I like the way Caleb has played the first 3 games.
Yeah,
so we got them at the same spot.
Okay,
it's just the fact that I understand they blew it week 1, and week 2 I didn't really quite see what they did. That was one game. I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you some lies
They,
because I didn't even
they
watch it.
hey, you didn't miss no. You missed a belt to ass beating in week 2
Yeah.
against Lions.
But this one right here was impressive.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's why I feel like they can probably steal 10. If they can continue to play the way they play and gelling together, I feel like Ben can get it done. I feel like Ben Johnson could like really get them to where they not say should be to where they want to be.
Okay.
So,
and I'm still going to go with my bold prediction of Caleb Williams is going to be the first Bears quarterback to throw for 4K.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And it's going to happen. It's going to happen this year. I think it's going to happen this year. Number 20. This is the biggest slide on my list because I had him ranked at 13th last week, and that is the Cincinnati Bengals. I had him 13th last week because I thought they could do just enough with Jake Browning, and Jake Browning proceeded to total the damn Ferrari. So yeah, I got Cincinnati at 13. I'm still like a lot of people are like, "Oh, look at how many points they gave it. The defense sucked." This was like a straight like offensive thing. Like I can't put all 44 on that defense. I still believe. I got to be one of the few proponents that believes in the Cincinnati defense just because of their defense coordinator, Al Golden. Al Golden was the defensive coordinator for Notre Dame over the last 3 years, and he's all about takeaways. He's all about takeaways. This is one of the reasons why Notre Dame led the nation in takeaways for 2 years in a row. He's all about takeaways. He's all about, bringing pressure, and Cincinnati has the team to do what Al Golden wants to do, and they just didn't have a chance to showcase this this week, but they showcased the first 2 games. But when you get beat 44-10, dude, you're not gonna. No, I'm not putting you in the top 15, bro.
I'm not putting you in the top 20. That's why I was like, So that's crazy. What number we in again?
20, number 20.
Oh yeah, this is where your squad. I got your squad because I feel like they could be a legit. And that's what I'm telling people, man. Me and Ragu did draft shows, right? And Carson was on our radar list. I didn't expect him to go to Brown. I wanted him on the Steelers because I feel like he's a Steeler type linebacker.
Yeah, I'm so
glad. I feel like this kid
Pittsburgh
can be 100+ tackle a year person. Like you said yesterday on All Ground, I feel like he could be an All Pro. And then with Graham and Garrett on the line, Denzel Ward is starting to really show the old state Denzel Ward.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, man. Look for Newsom to bring y'all some shit back too. I feel like this team can really be a top 10 defense. If y'all can get that offense together,
I got the best defense in the league.
I really feel like the Browns. I'm gonna keep the Browns. This is gonna be a hot take. I don't even care what happens. The Browns will probably be in my top 20, maybe 20 for the next couple of weeks because this next couple of weeks is gonna be a test for them. They have one of the toughest schedules I've ever seen for like the past maybe 6-7 years. So that's what I was keeping in like the top 20 because they
you're opening up against like 5 out of your first 6 were playoff teams last year. To open up the season. Mason Graham, I think I read recently his win rate is like 43%, which is the best out of all interior defense linemen. Like the average is 9%. He's doing it at 43%. Like exactly why. Like Mason Graham was the reason why Michigan beat Ohio State in the first place because of how good he was. Let's go up to 21 because we still got to get the prediction. So we're gonna speed this up a little bit. I know you tired, I'm tired too. So let's do it. All right. So number 21, I got the Dallas Cowboys. They were ranked 16th last week. Just a horrible win. Horrible loss. And it's only going to get worse because they got to play the Green Bay Packers, and Micah Parsons is pissed, especially being contained against the Cleveland Browns. But the Dallas Cowboys at number 21.
Number 21 is the worst 2-1 team. It's just the Bengals. I don't see them really growing or going too far. Even if they lose or win, it's just going to be there. They going nowhere in life, and I've been saying that since Chad Johnson was there. I don't see the Bengals ever succeeding at anything in life. So, Cincinnati will always be lower than 20 out the 20 range. So I have the Bengals at 21.
All right, 22. I got Jacksonville. Here, this is where I got Jacksonville. I'm not completely sold on Jacksonville yet. They are buying into what Liam Cohen is doing, which I'm kind of surprised because I don't trust. I think he's a snake. I have made it be, and I have been adamant about him from the very beginning. How he did Tampa was so fucking dirty, and I think it's only a matter of time before that snake bites again. But
Yeah.
as of now, I think Jacksonville at 2-1. You said Cincinnati is the worst team, 2-1 team.
Yeah.
Jacksonville up there with them, in my opinion. They don't move any spots. They stay at 22 from last week.
22 is the Broncos. There's no
Okay.
way Sean Payton should have this talented defense and still be 1-2. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, you do got a point.
Why? He got us shaping up. There was no reason that and I gave the Chargers praise, don't get me wrong, but there's no way they should have lost that game.
Yeah, I agree.
So, yeah.
Sean Payton is starting to become the Doc Rivers of the NFL.
Yeah, he's an idiot. I'm kind of like I'm happy that he's an idiot, but at the end of the day, there's no way that a talented defense like that on paper should not come together in real life. So I got them lower this week.
All right. 23 Arizona Cardinals. I'm not impressed by this team whatsoever. They almost blew a 29-7 lead against the Panthers.
Yeah.
They found ways to lose this game against the San Francisco 49ers. I've made this joke a lot. When November 5th comes around, when Call of Duty comes out, they're going to slide even more because that's all Kyler Murray is going to be doing is playing that game. So
Right.
I'm not sold on the Arizona Cardinals whatsoever. I'm not sold into the hype. I'm not sold into that. I think Jack Gannon is an overrated head coach. I think he's a good offensive coordinator, but overrated head coach. Give me the Cardinals, who were ranked 20 last week, down 3 spots at number 23.
23 is the Cowboys, brother. It's going to get worse for them. It's going to get nasty, and it's going to get ugly in Dallas. And I kind of look forward to Stephen A. Smith trolling them for the next couple of weeks. So I'm going to look forward to that on Instagram when I watch the story.
Yeah.
And don't be surprised if you catch me saying, ha, 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 you guys suck type of deal. So, yeah, I have the Cowboys at 23.
That's about the only entertaining thing.
4 weeks from now, when we do another power rankings or something like that, that I have them lower than 30. In 30s or something.
Look, if you want to be on this show every week, because I do power rankings every week. So if you want to do this every week, we could do this. Yeah, that's about the only thing I like about Stephen A. Smith is him trolling the Cowboys.
That's
at 24, I got the New England Patriots here.
Mm-hmm.
Moving down from 3 spots. I think they if this was a more experienced team, they would have beat the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
I agree with a lot of the points that you say about the Patriots. I'm a little skeptical on them, but I do give them leeway because they are such a young team.
Yeah.
With a young quarterback at the helm.
Yeah.
I think Vrabel's a good coach. They have a good foundation building there.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think they're too young, too inexperienced for me to put them any higher than 24 right now.
I figure. 24, I'm gonna keep it with the Raiders. I feel like their coaching, like you just said, with experience, their coaching staff is experienced, but the players are not. This is still a young team on paper. Max Crosby is doing what he can. So Raiders, I feel like they can go up. I feel like they will go up. I'll keep them at 24 for now. They had 2 ugly losses and 1 shocking win. So I'll keep that at, they said 1 and 2. I feel like they can go up week in, week out. So don't be surprised if, like, next week they'll be higher.
Okay. At number 25, one of the biggest slides, I had them ranked at 19 last week. That is the Houston Texans. They are, this was like Jacksonville. I feel like, yes, Jacksonville won, but I feel like Houston lost this game. This was a winnable game for Houston. And the fact that they have a paper thin line on top of it, and they traded away their best offensive lineman away. I even got the Tennessee Titans actually beating them.
And that's a I'm glad you said something about that because I got an interesting take on it.
Okay.
I got you. We on 25, right?
25.
I'm gonna keep the Panthers at 25. I feel like the win last week motivated them, especially a shutout win. And this gonna be a hot take too. I feel like the Panthers is gonna grow as well. I feel like they can grow as well. So I got them at 25. I feel like maybe a 21, 22 next week. So I feel like it can motivate them, and hopefully they can get their playmakers involved like they should. So I feel like the Panthers, I'll keep them at 25.
Okay. All right. Number 26, I got my beloved Browns here. Moving up 3 spots. They were ranked number 29. Yeah. Their defense is so phenomenal. But this offense is so bad. It's so bad. And I don't care. I keep telling people, I don't care who you put at that quarterback position. It won't change because his offensive line is bad. It's starting to give me, I'm going to see if you know this team. I'm going to pull this one out of my bag.
Mhm.
It's giving me 1977 Atlanta Falcons vibes. The greatest hits, where the defense was so damn good, but their offense is the reason why they can't take that to the next level.
Yeah.
And people look that up because they actually
That
had a
was-
better defense than the 85 Chicago Bears. But yeah, I got the Cleveland Browns here at 26. I don't think that's a bad spot for them. And it does hurt them that they have 5 playoff teams to open up this season. But you know, having Stefanski there for the last 6 years, there should be more expectations on this coaching staff to win these games. We should be in a better position as an organization to win games like these compared to where we are now. Browns at 26.
26. One of the best 0-3 teams I've seen. I know that's diabolical too. I feel like the Titans is number 26 because they're improving every week. I feel like Cam is going to get his rhythm. The defense needs some work. They have talented players on defense on paper, but you got to make it come reality. Pause.
Yeah.
So I'm going to definitely say Titans is one of the best 0-3 teams I've ever seen. But I got them at 26, which is diabolical, insane to the mid-range. So I don't know why I said that. Let's move on because that was embarrassing.
All right. At 27, I got the Jets. They were 26 last week. Kind of like the Titans. They're improving every week, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give the Jets the young excuse thing here. Like they have veterans on this team that should know how to win. I know this is a new coaching staff, but this organization be in a better spot. Tyrod Taylor played a good game for the tools that he got. I'm just not impressed with the Arizona Jets. I am impressed with Aaron Glenn though. I think he's going to be a good head coach. He gave us the meme of the century as well. But yeah, Jets should have won this game, and the Jets found a way to jet, and that's why they ranked at 27.
27 is the Falcons. There was no way it should have been a shutout loss like that. So you moved down a few spots. Not gonna lie, I had them in like the top 20 last week. So you moved down 10 spots, man. That's bad. So yeah, that's unacceptable. Raheem needs to get that shit together, especially him being a defensive guy, and you have the playmakers over there. You traded to get the 2 best defensive players in the draft. And you also have Watts, who I felt was one of the top safeties coming out of college. You still have Jesse Bates over there. I get AJ Terrell's hurt, but you still have good backup corners over there. So you got to get that together because you have some good playmakers over there. So I'm going to keep them at 27.
Okay. 28, the Miami Dolphins. I had them ranked at 30th last week. I think they played better than what people expected against Buffalo. But again, kind of like the Jets, there are too many veterans on this team for them to be 0-3. Mike McDaniels is a 3-pack of ass. He needs to go with his high smoking ass. And there's nothing about the Dolphins that excite me. Their quarterback play doesn't excite me. They need to make a trade for a quarterback or trade Tua away. This is an organization that just needs to blow it up and restart and start tanking.
Here's who could probably take the 32 spot next week. But I got them at 28, Giants. Horrible QB playing now. They about to throw a young boy in there.
Yeah.
It's going to get bad for them.
Pause.
Ugly. So,
Pause.
What's the pause?
They about to throw a young boy in there?
To the Wolves? That's a pause?
Okay, never mind.
I mean, oh, yeah. A pause. It don't matter. Yeah, everything about the Giants is a pause. Yeah, let's just say that. Everything about the Giants. They ass. So, yeah, you can say that. I agree.
All right, so at 29, I got the New York Giants. The exact same reason we got at 29.
I got the Dolphins at 29, man. I don't see.
Okay, we flipped it. All right.
Yeah, I don't see them getting no better. McDaniels will be fired in a few weeks. So.
Yep. Number 30, I got the Raiders here. There is nothing about the Raiders that impressed me whatsoever. Nothing. Their defense, their offense. No, nothing. I was scared to put them at 5 wins on the season because I was like, this is their floor. They are rapidly hitting the floor. I don't see They have regressed. They have regressed since week one. This
Man,
is one of the teams that's regressed since week one. And if it wasn't for another boo-boo team with 18 boo-boo schemes and a worse quarterback room, they would be number 32. But there's a team up here that's the Raiders are not impressive whatsoever.
I'm gonna say number 30 is the Texans. No. Jets is number 30. Excuse me.
Just 30. Okay.
Jets is 30. They almost had a win. They could have won 2 games.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just feel like Glenn, they got to let him get him rolling.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna keep them at 30 for right now, but I feel like they can go up. So let's see what happens. And you making it work with the right, so I definitely keep them at 30.
At 31, I got the Tennessee Titans. I know you said they're improved. To me, they look completely lethargic Sunday against the Indianapolis Colts. It looked like they still had the eye boogers in their eye, still had their sleep mask on. This team, they're young, but there's talent on this team. Okay.
Yeah.
They got the wrong coach there. I don't think Brian Callahan is the guy there.
No.
I don't. They need to go ahead and let him go and figure out who else they need to bring in. But Callahan's not the guy. I like to give coaches a chance, but nah. They played better against the Rams. They played better against the Rams. Like this week, it was like this is a division game. It's intense. They're coming into your stadium, pause, and you play like that. You perform like that. Your energy is that of a bad middle school team. Like this is not good for the Tennessee Titans whatsoever.
Number 30, y'all, is the Texans. You keep
31.
shooting yourself in the foot. 31, my bad. You're 31.
Yeah.
You keep shooting yourself in the foot week in, week out. So, yeah, if you keep shooting yourself in the foot, you're going to keep being at the bottom of the barrel, bro. So I got y'all in there.
Yeah. Shout out to Plaxico.
Yeah.
And I think we can agree the last team, 32.
And here's your pick.
I think they could surprise the upset and beat the Buffalo Bills, but I also think they could go 0-17. That is the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah.
Horrible team. Spencer Rattler sucks.
That's crazy. I feel like out of the ones that's winless, I feel like the Titans can win first out of all these guys who's on through.
Okay.
But I get what you're saying, because it's going to be one of them games, Tyrell, where we look on the phone Sunday and be like, oh, shit, the damn Saints are beating the Bills.
Right.
I get what you're saying. I definitely get what you're saying. So, yeah, I get what you're saying.
All right. So that is the power rankings. Let's go ahead and let's get these predictions going.
Mm-hmm.
And let's start off with the Thursday night game. The Seattle Seahawks coming in. I am getting all of this off the Score app. They are coming in as 1.5-point favorites. Last time these two teams faced off against each other, Seattle versus Arizona, was December 8th of last year. Seattle won that game 30-18. Who do you got?
I got the Cardinals pulling off a good win here with 28-16 type of deal.
Okay.
Covering the spread, picking them, and they home. So I got them
right
28-16 type of deal. We're gonna give Seahawks a rude awakening. So that's gonna be
all right. Yeah, give me, even though I know I've talked badly on the Arizona Cardinals, give me Arizona for the win on this one. I think they catch Seattle sleeping. And this is usually a game where like they play tough against each other. This is one of the more underrated rivalries in the league. So it's either going to be a low scoring game or it's going to be a high scoring game. But I think Arizona ekes it out a win on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, 9:30 in the morning. Are you waking up for that? As they play?
I sure as hell am.
Minnesota is 2.5-point favorites. Last time these two teams faced off against each other almost 4 years ago.
Yep.
December 9th, 2021, Minnesota won 36-28.
Which was fluke. I got my boys getting this one. I know I shouldn't, I'm gonna stick with my home team, man. I'm gonna stick with my boys. 25-18 type of deal. We pull it off by a full touchdown.
Okay. I got Pittsburgh winning this one as well. I think they'll take care of business, especially playing against Carson Wentz. I don't think Pittsburgh has nothing to worry about. I'm kind of surprised that Minnesota, maybe because Minnesota's defense is why they're the favorites, but
I think so,
give me the Pittsburgh Steelers on this one.
Mhm.
All right, New Orleans and Buffalo. I just said it. I got New Orleans winning this one. New Orleans is traveling to Buffalo. Last time they faced off against each other, Buffalo won 4 years ago, 31-6. And according to ESPN Bet, 15.5-point favorites for the Buffalo Bills.
They won't cover it, but Buffalo, I see 32-18.
32-18. I see Buffalo playing down to their competition like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
This is their one game that they do it, and I got the Saints pulling off the upset. Tennessee versus Houston, the battle of Boo Boo Team, Boo Boo Schemes, potential Tank Bowl. Last time they faced off against each other was week 18 last year. Houston won 23-14. Houston 7.5-point favorites. Who takes the dub?
Spread is a trap.
Absolutely.
But you know what? No, I see Houston with their first win, like a 27-14. About 2 sessions. Yep. And then, but like, yeah, they'll get that one.
Give me Houston game-winning field goal. And yeah, that's about it. Washington versus Atlanta. Another revenge game for Marcus Mariota.
Mm-hmm.
Last time they faced off against each other was last year on Sunday Night Football, where Washington won 30-24. And the Commanders, the Communist Party, are 1.5-point favorites.
I got Atlanta still in this one.
Okay.
I got Atlanta still in this one, a 27-21.
27-21. Give me 27-21, but give me Washington for the dub. And I think this game will go to overtime.
That's a good one. Good one, bro.
Tampa versus Philadelphia. I think this is one of the games of the week right here. Last time they faced off against each other was last year, September 29th. Tampa won 33-16. Eagles 3.5-point favorites.
I'm not gonna lie to you. This is gonna probably be the Eagles' first loss. 28-20.
28-20. Give me Tampa with a game-winning touchdown. 28-21.
Yeah. So we can go on in that one.
Two young teams. This is a test for both teams here. The New England Patriots host the Carolina Panthers. This is the Vegas trap game. New England 5.5-point favorites. 4 years ago, the last time these two teams played, where New England won 24-6. Who takes it?
I say New England take this one. I say 24. 24. I don't see Carolina scoring a lot of points though. So I'm gonna say 24-2.
Okay. They're averaging about the same amount of points per game. They're averaging 20 points per game.
Yeah.
Both teams. Carolina actually is only giving up 17 points per game, which is 8th in the league. So that's pretty impressive.
That is impressive.
And also Carolina has the 12th best pass defense. More and more I look at their rankings. Give me Carolina on the money line for this.
Ooh.
Give me Carolina.
I like that.
All right. The Chargers versus Jackson Dart and the New York Giants. The Chargers 6.5-point favorites. Last time they faced off against each other 4 years ago, where the Chargers won 37-21 live in New Jersey. Who takes it?
I should have known the Giants. 27-21 Giants win it.
Yeah, this is going to be, I think this potentially is the game where you can take the Chargers out of San Diego, but you can't take the San Diego out of the Chargers.
Yeah.
But with that being said, Jackson Dart's first game going against his defense, and at the fact that the Giants are ranked 28th in pass defense compared to the Chargers' second in pass offense, Chargers are going to throw the ball all over the field. Give me the Chargers for the blowout. Belt to ass.
Damn.
Jacksonville Jaguars versus the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers 3.5-point favorites. Last time they faced off against each other was 2 years ago, where San Francisco won 34-3. Let me give you this real quick. Both are 8th and 9th in offense, and both are the 49ers are 4th in defense. The Jacksonville Jaguars are 11th best defense. Who you got?
Without Bosa, I'm gonna probably take Jacksonville for this field.
I agree.
21-20.
21-20.
They gonna get it by a point.
Give me Jacksonville 24-10.
24-10.
24
And we
to
won't
10.
see Norman on all ground. So yeah.
We sure won't
So,
if
yeah.
they lose like that. Mac Jones revenge game as well.
Yep.
By the way. Indianapolis Colts, the battle of 3-0 versus 2-1 versus the Los Angeles Rams.
Hold on, Tyrell. Hold on, Tyrell.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. We on the 4:00 games, right?
I always do the
missing-
Browns last.
I was about to say, are you missing a 1:00 game?
Nope. I always do the Browns last.
I got you.
Rams are 3.5-point favorites. Last time they faced off against each other was 2 years ago. Rams won 29-23. Fifth best defense for the Colts, eighth best defense for the Rams. The best offense belongs tied for first is the Indianapolis Colts, while the Rams have the sixth best offense. This is looking like the immovable object versus the immovable. What was it? The immovable object versus the irresistible force. We got.
This is going to be a close game, a good game at that point. Give me the Rams 24-21 under 49.
Give me the Rams as well to humble the Indianapolis Colts,
Yeah.
and I think the Boulder kind of gets a little bit closer to Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm.
All right, two boo-boo teams with the most boo-booist schemes. The Las Vegas Raiders looks to play nasty host against the Chicago Bears. Last time they faced off against each other, Chicago won 2 years ago, 30-12, and Chicago is 1.5-point favorites in this game. What you got?
I look for the Raiders to steal it. Raiders will get it 20-17.
Give me the Bears on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the Bears 28-17. I'm looking at how many points the Bears average per game. They average 25.3 points per game.
That's
compared to the Raiders 17.7. And the Raiders do give up 24 points a game as well. But Chicago also give up 31 a game. So I don't know. Let's see how they go. That could be a real boring game or a shootout. The Baltimore Ravens. I think this is the main event for the 4:00. Yes, it is. Again, it travels to Arrowhead Stadium. Play the Kansas City Chiefs. Week 1 last year, where Kansas City won 27-20. Kansas City 2.5-point underdogs.
Oh, Lamar mad.
Yeah, Derrick Henry's mad.
Look for Lamar to have 4 or 5 TDs. Bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, Jay.
I'm
gonna say 35-20. 2 touchdown balls. That's a hot take. I gotta go. I'm gonna go.
The Ravens. I kind of agree with you on that one. The Ravens average 37 points per game.
Yeah.
They also give up 32 points per game.
The
Ravens also had the 31st ranked defense in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a shootout in this one. I think this one is going to have fireworks and all. Give me the Ravens eking out a win, another 41-40 games, but this time in their favor. And Sunday night, Micah Parsons returns to the Dallas Cowboys. The Green Bay Packers, 2-1, upset about the Cleveland game. Last time they played against each other was the playoff game. Last time they played off against each other, where the Packers surprised everybody.
2023.
Became the first 7 seed to beat a 2 seed, 48-32. We got.
This is gonna sound crazy. I see Green Bay losing 2 straight. Give me 27-20 Dallas.
Give me Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be my bold and hot take right here. Give me Parsons with 5.5 sacks in this game.
That's a good one.
All right, Monday, don't change your reservations.
Yeah.
Make as many plans as possible. The New York Jets versus the Miami Dolphins, the battle of 0-3. Take bold. And last time they faced off against each other, week 18 last week, Jets won 32-20. Who gets their first win of the year?
Can I say who cares?
Yes, you can.
Okay, cool. But I'll pick a winner just to be professional on the show. I say Miami get the win, 28-17.
Okay. Give me the New York Jets on this one. 28-24.
Okay.
Cincinnati travels to the Mile High Stadium. Will the altitude affect the Cincinnati Bengals? They're 7.5-point underdogs. They last time they faced off against each other was last year, where Cincinnati won 30-24. Who wins?
Denver 27-14.
Give me Cincinnati for the upset. Give me Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati comes in motivated. I think Jamar Chase, T. Higgins come in motivated. They were not happy about that performance whatsoever. And like I said, Denver's a middle of the pack team. So yeah, give me Cincinnati for the upset. And finally, let me get 2 barks and a dog check, because the Cleveland Browns traveled 2 days up north to the state of Michigan. 9.5-point underdogs against the Detroit Lions. Last time they faced off against each other, and I was at this game. They won, ironically, 13-10 back in 2021. This last time they faced off against each other, the Browns fans were booing Baker Mayfield off the field every single time. So I don't want to hear Browns say, "Oh, well, we want Baker back." I was at that game. They were booing the shit out of him. Best defense, the best run defense versus the 4th best run offense and the 4th best offense. Who wins this one?
I'll say y'all still another one. I'm going to say 17-14. It's going to be a defensive game because people forget Detroit got a good front seven as well.
Yes,
so
they do.
Blackwood just got to find a way to not fuck it up and score.
This is a statement game for one person, and that's Hutchinson. He's going up against Myles Garrett on the other side of the ball. I mean, you know what I mean by that.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a statement for him to see if he can start to put himself in the conversation and the upper echelon of pass rushers.
Yeah.
The Lions, good luck. That's all I have to say. The offense line, good luck. Because you have Isaiah, you got Mason, you got Myles Garrett, you got Carson Swayzinger. This defense is a Swiss Army knife. I know Detroit has a number 1 and number 2, so this is a test for the Browns' run defense in particular as well. I'm gonna stay home for this one and give me the Browns for the dub. And I am gonna put $10 on this money on this 3-leg parlay. Tennessee, New Orleans, and the Cleveland Browns. $10. I'm going for it.
Good luck, bro.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good luck.
Thank you. Who you got? Or did you already say?
I got the Browns 17-14.
17-14?
It's going to be
I'm gonna agree with you on that one as well. The Browns rank, I'm surprised they're not dead last. They ranked 30th in points per game offensively. Yeah. I'm surprised they're not dead last. All right, so another rankings in the book. Marv, I thank you for coming on the show. I really appreciate you. You got any upcoming projects? Anything you want to final thoughts or comments?
We will be back to filming either this week or next week, y'all. We will be back. Like I said, I know I've been busy the past few weeks, but we'll be back. The Honorable will be back. I got a lot of people asking me, so we'll be back in extra soon, and we'll get Tyrell on there too. So.
All right. I will put the link in the description for you guys to go check them out. Wonderful show. If you love sports in general, including wrestling content, this is your guy to go to. And also subscribe to Ready Ragu. Subscribe to All Ground Sports as well. Go check out Sports Junkies blog as well. For this channel, Browns review on Sunday. The franchise quarterback ranking. I'm still drawing it up because I'm very confused of what I want to do with that. And the state of the channel address will be happening in the next couple of weeks as well. I just want to say thank you all for watching. Thank you all for liking, subscribing. We're on the road to 100 subscribers. 14 away. Let's get there. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and hit that post notification bell so you get all of the content fresh and free. This has been From the Nosebleeds. We're leaving the nosebleed section. For Marvin Cooper, the Honorable Marv Coop, Tyrell. Thank you for all for watching. Signing off.